We are now heading to the strawberry field to hopefully finish up planting strawberries for this season, which is really exciting. The first couple days we've done it, it's gone really well. It's been a little bit of a struggle with the different companies because all the plants are different. Some are taller, some are shorter, some have better root systems than others. And we found that the shorter ones with the better root systems plant a lot better because when you push them into the ground, they don't just want to fall apart. They hold together and they're just not, you know, flying everywhere. So we think we've found our companies that we like the best, but we're still not 100% certain, and that's something we'll figure out, you know, a couple weeks down the road once the plants get established. So we're just moving on to our last row of strawberries right now. We started off over here on the other side of the water tank with Galetta. I think both these rows are full Galetta. You can see how nice the plants are. These are one of my favorite plants that we planted out of like the 5 varieties. Then over here we move into Yambu, which is still a nice plant. I think this is still Yambu. And then out there is Chandler and All-Star. Now we just came back this row with Frontieris, and we're gonna finish or start the next row, which begins out there with more Frontieris, and then we're gonna move into Sweet Charlie. Mom moves along with us with the water tank, so that way when we run out, we can just run a line right across and fill back up. She also is carrying more plants because we go through plants very fast. And this is completely new to us, so it's taken a while to just get used to it and figure out the best process that's going to be the fastest, but like I said, we're figuring it out. Over here is the Dickens that we planted bare root. We're very proud of these. Some of the nicest plants we've had in the past 4 different patches of berries that we've planted. There's one every couple feet, or not even every couple feet, every couple yards, that if we have extra plants, we might go back through with our plugs and replant. There's none here. Not 100% sure why something like this is so much smaller than the rest, but it does look like it's coming with new growth. This one actually died. But like I said, we're gonna come back through here, hopefully, with the plants that we have extra and make sure the whole field is just perfect. Or just about perfect. So it's the next morning, I'm heading down to the farm right now. We actually only have 47 degrees at the house, which it's starting to warm up very slowly. Could have even been 45 when I woke up, I don't know for sure. Right now my truck says 50, which is kind of freezing, but I was talking to Dad this morning, we were talking about how it's kind of a good thing because we have a whole field of corn on, and there's no way if it was 60, 70, 80 degrees at night ripening as fast as what it does, that we would be able to pick it all. So hopefully this will hold it back a little bit longer and give us a little bit more time to harvest it. So I just got to the shed. Dad and Frank are over there working with bins. We have like a bin and a half right here of cantaloupes that we gotta combine. We have cabbage we just pulled out of the cooler. While I was on market yesterday, they picked another 2 bins of cantaloupe and washed a bunch of potatoes right there.
Are these pallet size?
Yeah. The 2 on the left right here, the brand new ones they picked, and these 2 that I'm taking today, well, these 2 more that I'm taking today, are all from, I think, the last picking that we picked. We also got some honeydew as well, we tucked in there. I haven't been here to pick peppers in a little while, but we're starting to get some color now. We got a crate of colored red, we need orange, another crate there, 2 more crates there. Getting some red Cubans too. And then back there we have lots of eggplant, red beets, more bell, banana hots, jalapeno, kohlrabi. So we've just about got all our pallets ready to go. We got watermelon, we got all sorts of peppers, more peppers, some onions, kohlrabi. Here's 4 bins of cantaloupe, another bin of cabbage.
Dad's got a load on the back of the Kubota of broccoli and collard greens. And Mom's getting around the tomatoes right now. My cousin Jared just picked some of these really nice greens yesterday out of our high tunnel. So this could be the biggest load we've ever packed for market. I'll find out once we get the truck actually packed, and we'll see how many extra bins we have that we have to throw on my truck to head out. Full.
Oh, you can take that out.
Okay.
I'll put it back then. All right. I believe we were in this row, but I'm not sure.
You can just hold for Mom, Jared.
What's that?
You can hold for Mom.
Oh yeah. Where is she at?
She's up above the tractor.
The wagon's too high, so we've just put the tubs up here, and then somebody like me will come up, dump them, and then we can keep going again.
Alrighty.
So we just finished up. We have 3 tubs here, another 5 tubs over here, and then 1 big huge bin and 3 cardboard bins. Mom franking the camo, Jared in the black, myself, Dad's driving, we have Daisy. What?
You recording?
Beautiful. I already had an ear.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Can I have one?
Yeah.
Alright. I used to make fun of it.
The best ready sweet corn is raw, right in the field.
Oh, it's the best. It's the best. I never had a problem with that. Getting home having me.
I was...
So that was confirmed the biggest load that I think we have ever taken to market. And the reason why we took so much today is not only because it's a Friday and that's always our biggest day of the week, but this weekend is also Labor Day. And a lot of people are just having parties. Some people are canning, just doing whatever. And so usually they're buying more, and we wanted to make sure we were prepared for that. But now, since Dad's off to market and I stayed home today, I'm helping Mom get set up at the farm market back home here. So I had to come out here to the cantaloupe and watermelon patch first thing. She said she needs a bunch of yellow watermelon, and then I'm gonna go down to the cole crop field, the mid-season patch, and pick some broccoli for her. Now, I was just riding out through here because she said she specifically wanted yellow seedless, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's even more back there, and these are all ready. And the reason I know they're ready is because when I flip it over, they have that nice, beautiful yellow belly. That one actually doesn't. But once you get to a certain part of the season, that one has a really nice one. We don't really worry too much about the yellow belly. That one's just starting to get it, because
sometimes they just will never get that yellow belly. And another way you can tell is how easy they pop off the vine, just like that. This is the one that doesn't have the yellow belly, pops right off just like that. These are all ready to go, and it's no question in my mind that it's not. That may not, though, be true for the grocery stores. That's completely different. That's not really homegrown local produce. Usually, sometimes it is, but that's true for ours. So I wouldn't say you could go to the grocery store, see a yellow belly, and it's gonna be great, because it might not be. But I can promise you, if it's from us or from usually your local farmer, it's gonna be really good. Look at these yellow bellies. These heads are very nice, but they're gonna soon be overgrown. And so we wanna get them off and get them sold so people can use them before they start going bad. And then we have these next ones coming on, but they're a lot smaller. These are actually shoots right here. That's a main head right there. Frank got some really nice red peppers, the first of the season, along with some yellow and orange. Again, they still have hail marks, but not too bad. I'm back up here now to the berry field. We actually didn't finish planting berries last night until after dark. It was actually so dark to the point where me and Dad couldn't even see the hole. We were just kind of going off repetition because, like I said, we couldn't see anything. But when I look down here, they look to be really good. We actually were hoping to finish up with Sweet Charlie, but we ended a little bit short. It was hard to figure exactly perfect, so we just put in a couple more Yambu. And we chose the Yambu because these plants were some of the nicest that we've got out of all the companies, which were from Norse Farms. Over here, I think these right here is All-Star, and they're from Cube Pack. And you can kind of see how tall and like kind of straggly the plants are, which isn't really a bad thing, but we are noticing some of them like almost wilting down and looking dead. But we don't want to jump the gun and start pulling stuff out until we see if they're going to get established or not. And right here is a perfect example of that. Like it appears to be dead, but sometimes we were looking and down in you'll see some new green growth. Like right there's a little tiny leaf, but I don't know. When I look at that, I think dead. We'll see what happens though. Now, if you look over here at the Goleta and the other Yambu, these plants, like I said, were a lot smaller, a lot better rooted, and I don't see one single plant that looks like that. These all look great. These have been in the ground now for like 2 or 3 days, and I don't really expect them to get like that at all. We'll see what happens. Like I said, this whole thing was a learning process. Obviously, we've been growing strawberries now for a couple of years, but this is the first time with plugs, and now we got to figure out where we want to get plugs from and which varieties we like, because not all growers, like Norse Farms, grow the same variety in plugs as they do in bare root. So if you want to see how these make out later on in the season, keep watching these videos, because I'm going to keep doing updates on how they do and, you know, which companies we like the best and how the plants did from each company. So that's what I'm going to call it a wrap for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and always remember, it ain't much, but it's honest work.